Now let's see the last two classifications of signal. First one is deterministic and random signal. Second one is causal and non-causal signal. Now first one is deterministic and random signals. Now deterministic signals means, as the name indicates, they are the signal which exhibits no uncertainty about its magnitude and phase at any given instant of time. That means that signal can be represented using a regular pattern, and they will be having a mathematical equation for representation as well. And their amplitude and phase can be predicted with the help of this mathematical equation. Example is sine, cosine, etc. Next is random signal. Now here also, as the name indicates, signals which exhibits irregular pattern and whose magnitude cannot be predicted at any instant of time. Such a signal is known as random signal, and they will be following a very irregular pattern. So signal wave characterized by uncertainty about its occurrence is called a random signal. It cannot be represented by mathematical equation, and they are having an irregular pattern. Amplitude and phase of this particular signal cannot be predicted in advance. Example is thermal noise. Now these are the example for deterministic and random signal. The first one, as you can see, is similar to a sine wave, which can be represented with the help of a mathematical equation, and it is having a regular pattern. They are following a regular pattern. So, with the help of this mathematical equation, the magnitude and phase at any given instant of time can be found out. Now, whereas the second one is a random signal, and they are very irregular in nature. We cannot predict the magnitude and the phase at any instant of this time for this particular signal, because these signals cannot be represented using a mathematical equation. Now, that is the first kind of classification. Second, we are seeing is a causal and non-causal signal. Now, a causal signal is a signal which is existing only for the right side of the time. That means x of t will be equal to 0 for t less than 0. Such a signal is known as causal signal that will be existing for only t greater than 0. So x of t will be equal to 0 for t less than 0 for causal signal. For example, you consider u of t. Now u of t, you know, it will be existing only for t greater than 0. This is u of t. So this is existing only for t greater than 0, and for t less than 0, value is 0. So such a signal is known as causal signal. Now, anti-causal means for t greater than 0, value will be equal to 0. And it will be existing only in the negative side. Now, here you can take the example of u of minus t. If u of t is like this, u of minus t will be just the reverse. That means it will be existing only in the negative part. So in the positive side, value will be equal to 0. So this signal can be considered as anti-causal signal. Now there is one more category, that is non-causal. Non-causal signal, they exist for both positive as well as for negative instant. So you take the example of a sine wave. Sine wave, as you know, it will be existing for both positive as well as negative time instants. So this is a sine wave. So it is existing for both positive as well as negative part. So it is a non-causal signal. So you have causal, that is x of t is equal to 0 for t less than 0, and the causal, x of t will be equal to 0 for t greater than 0. A causal signal does not exist for negative time, and an anti-causal signal does not exist for positive time. Now, signal which exist in both positive as well as negative time, they are known as non-causal signal. So this is a classification. Now we will see some example. First one, as I have shown you, u of t, it is a causal signal. Second one, u of minus t, since it is existing only in the negative part, it is anti-causal. And cos t, that is existing for both. This is sine. Cos also will exist for both positive as well as negative side. So it is a non-causal signal. Now there are some other examples. X of t is equal to 3 sine 2t. So first of all, this is a sine. So sine means it is existing for both positive as well as negative part. Now, what is the meaning of this coefficient? Coefficient means the amplitude is 3. So the nature of the signal does not vary with respect to the amplitude. Whether it is 1, 2 or 3 coming here, the nature is same. It exists for both positive as well as negative part. So it is non-causal signal. Now this second one is 2 e raised to minus 3t u of t. Now if it is e raised to minus 3t only, then it is non-causal signal. But since it is multiplied with u of t, which is a signal that exists for t greater than 0, it is causal signal. So 2 into e raised to minus 3 into u of t will become causal. Third one is 2 u of minus t that we have seen. Here instead of magnitude 1 we have 2. That is the only difference. Now next is a relation between unit step, ramp and impulse signal. Now we know unit step is represented as u of t. Now you take the derivative of u of t by dt at t is equal to 0 can be written as del u by del t at t is equal to 0. And we know del u by del t is equal to what? U of 0 plus minus u of 0 minus divided by del of t at t is equal to 0. Now u of 0 plus means the magnitude of this signal at t greater than 0. Now what is the magnitude of unit step at t greater than 0? That is equal to 1. And for t less than 0, that is 0 minus your value is equal to 0. So we substitute 0. So this is 1 by delta t at t is equal to 0. And since this denominator is tending to 0, magnitude will become infinity. So derivative of unit step you are getting as infinity at t is equal to 0. That means a very high magnitude signal existing only for t equal to 0. That is a impulse signal. So you can say derivative of unit step is impulse signal, and integral of impulse will give you unit step. Next is you take the ramp signal, take the derivative. Ramp is represented as t. So instead of ramp signal, you can write dt by dt. Now what is dt by dt? That will be 1. So it is a unit step signal. So you are getting a constant. When you take the derivative of ramp, you are getting a constant which is a step signal, and it is 1. So unit step signal. The derivative of ramp signal, unit ramp signal will give you unit step signal. Or you can say derivative of ramp is always a step signal, and integral of step will give you ramp. Now you take the parabolic signal. Parabolic signal equation is t square by 2 u of t. So you take d by dt of t square by 2. That will be 1 by 2 into 2t. That will be equal to what? T. So t means it is the equation for ramp signal. So when you take the derivative of a parabolic signal, what you observe, what you get is ramp. So derivative of parabolic will give you ramp, and integral of ramp will give you parabolic. So therefore, you can write like this, integral of impulse is step. Integral of step signal is ramp. Integral of ramp signal is parabolic. Same way, derivative of parabolic signal is ramp. Derivative of ramp signal is step, and derivative of step signal is impulse. You don't have to remember just like this. You just understand how it is done, and you just do it and see. So you will get, when you do the derivation of parabolic signal, you will be getting ramp signal. So that's it. Thank you.